Okay, so that was an absolute slog getting up here. It really was, especially with how warm it's been today and over this weekend in general. Absolutely superb for the Lake District, temperature wise, and just seeing the sun so often. So, you know, it's really good to see it out. But yeah, it didn't make things easy when we was trying to get up here, and you know, I was actually thinking about at one point that do I turn back or not, but you know, I kind of sat myself down and actually kind of gave myself a good talking to, and actually thought, yeah, let's get on and do it. And you know, glad I did. I'm at the top now, so I'm up on Placefell, which is classed as the far eastern side of the Lake District. So they split the fells into kind of several different areas. So you've got the far eastern side, the eastern side, central fells, western fells, northern fells, and southern fells, I believe. So this is classed as the far eastern side. This is probably the last fell on the far eastern side before you actually go over to the eastern side of them. So behind me, that is classed as the eastern fells, although it's out towards the west. So that's just about there. That's where Helvellyn is. So the rest of it is kind of like the Helvellyn range, and you've also got things like Dove Crag, Hart Crag, Fairfield over in that direction. And then looking around to the actual east, we've got what's known as High Street just up there, and High Street kind of gets its name from an old Roman road which used to connect Penrith to Windermere in the Roman times. So it's quite a nice feature, or historical feature for the people who love their history, and definitely worth a visit. Not really that you can see much up there, it's just a slight depression from, as far as I understand. I've not actually been up on there myself yet. So, but yeah, looks quite good, and it's certainly worth a visit just for that kind of reason. And then just behind me, obviously you've got the Summit Cairn just in the foreground here, and then we've got the northern tip of Ullswater just up there, and then we're kind of looking out towards like the Eden Valley right in there in the far distance, which you probably can't see because it's quite hazy. So I was looking at the Mountain Weather Information Service's weather report over the weekend, and for tomorrow morning there is a possibility that there's going to be some low patches of clouds, so the potential of a cloud inversion, but you know, we will see what the morning brings. But you know, it's a possibility, and there is a possibility there that it might happen. So we will just see what we get in the morning. However, it is forecast for some really good weather. So my worst case scenario is that we end up actually in the patchy cloud, because it does say it's predicted to be between 500 and 650 meters, and we are at 657 meters, which is the highest point on Placefell. So yeah, we'll see what happens in the morning. However, you know, it's going to be a good evening this evening, so that's going to be really good. So my next thing to do is I need to go and find myself a nice little camping spot. So I've got my eye on a couple of places down there, and see what happens, making sure that I camp on level ground. However, on hindsight from my last video, that may have been because I had too much sun during the day, so potentially a bit of a sunstroke, quite possibly, who knows, which, you know, silly me. Right, I'm going to head down there, go and get my tent set up, and then see what images I can find for sunset. So I shall catch you guys a little bit later on. Okay, so it looks like I found my first image for the evening, and quite a nice one. We've still got some really nice soft light just falling on that fell just down there in the background, and also on these eastern fells still got some really nice soft light coming through. And you can't see it on this image on this camera, but just down there there's some dry stone walls. Using those a little bit of a leading line. Then you've got that really nice small fell, then you've also got Ullswater, and you're kind of looking up towards that Eden Valley, which you can't see very well because of the haze. So I've put the long lens on, so I've got my 70-200 on. It's currently at 85mm. Put a 0.9 soft edge grad on the front there, and I've also got a polarizer on there too, just to cut through the haze, and hopefully that should work as a really good image, especially with that soft light. That light is looking absolutely superb. Now, a lot of you may remember I did a video on Hallin Fell, which is the fell featured in this image. And when I was up there, I was chatting to a guy called Chris Gooch. Now, Chris has his own YouTube channel, and it's also about landscape photography as well. And I got chatting to him, and I've also stayed in contact with him as well. Anyway, when I was talking to him that morning, we kind of shared quite a bit in common. You know, we both had a YouTube channel. We both, you know, liked landscape photography as well, and that's primarily what Chris's channel is about. But it's also about his journey of becoming a professional photographer, and he's documenting all of that via his YouTube channel. And he also does a little bit of travel photography as well, and he's been some really lovely places. So yeah, I've stayed in touch with Chris, and hopefully in the near future we should hopefully be doing some kind of collaboration. So it'll be good to get out and join Chris on doing that. But in the meantime, if you want somebody else's channel to watch, then please go and check out his channel. I'll pop the link in the description, and I'll pop up one of those card things up there as well. Okay, so that's this image done. So I'm going to head off and see if I can find something else, and I'll check back in with you guys shortly.
When you came over, my heart was on its way out. I wasn't sober, and I was thinking out loud. I spoke of your bravery, your wit and audacity, of coming over and letting go of it all. Please move close to me. You love differently, so move close to me. Love me differently.
Okay, so I've just come up to the summit cairn for this next image, and we've got the light just over there. So as you can see, it's just about to drop below those fells just down there. So we're just catching the last of the light, just catching on the summit cairn, and also those fells on the eastern side there. So that's High Street, and we've also got the full moon out as well. So that's kind of captured in the image, although it'll be really quite small, you know, because I've got my wide angle lens on this time. So it's the 24-70 lens on there, just to get the fell in, sorry, not the fell, but the summit cairn there, and try and get some of that background detail in as well. And there's a few clouds there on the horizon, so that's giving it a little bit of extra detail, which is, you know, just shining that color off as well. So yeah, really nice image. Really happy with that one. Now, depending on what happens in the morning, I might be back up the summit cairn, because if it is low cloud but we're above it, then this is probably going to be my location. But we'll see what happens in the morning. I might end up waking up to being in the cloud node, my luck. So we'll see what happens anyway. So, okay. That's probably about me done for this evening. So I'm going to head back to the tent and go and grab something to eat and have something to drink, and then I should think it will be time for bed before, especially with the early rise that we've got in the morning. So yeah, okay, so I shall catch you guys in the morning for sunrise.
One day it's over, baby. Someday we'll find a way out. When all our strings are broken, you'll see that we could do without. When all our dreams are over, when all our hopes are dead, with this town turning colder, with all our colors bleeding red, I'll be wrinkled when the storms are hit. I'll sing you any song you wanna hear. Maybe we'll leave tomorrow, maybe we'll stay a year, maybe turn joy to sorrow, maybe you leave me here. Whatever happens when the storms are here, I'll sing you any song you wanna hear. Ooh, 'cause you turn.
It's been as atmospheric as you like. You know, the clouds actually really starting to close in down on that side. I don't know if it might close in on us soon. So we've got a couple of good time lapses this morning, you know, and it's all about the clouds in those time lapses. Really has been.